I had mentioned that we're going to be doing a new file today, and I think that'll be pretty nice. Um, the main reason why is because, by the way, you can see there 20 hours. I called it power stance, and then like within the first 5 minutes, I was no longer power stancing. But I'm back to power stancing now, so that's pretty cool. But I I've really liked it so far. It's been a really fun game. Music starting. I'm actually going to turn it down just the tiniest bit. There are 3, not too much. But I want to do a new game because I want to start well and start fresh and start like at actually knowing what's going on in the game. So what I wanted to do is actually do a magic user. So astrologer, I believe, yeah, starts with a staff. Prophet, I don't know if that's a staff or a spear. Oh no, they start with a charm. So it's basically astrologer is your astrologer is your magic user, prophet is your faith user, and then it looks like there's not anything else. There's not like a pyromancer. So I was thinking of doing astrologer though. I would love pyromancer, but I think I want to do astrologer because there's some really cool spells in this game. So we're gonna go and do this, and stream boy. And I'm actually going to do some character customization this time, and you can see it's not all laggy this time because we got all the technical issues figured out. So I believe, yeah, that's our like one-time use thing. I've actually figured out what like all of these things are. I think I'm actually going to start with the golden seed, although a stone sword key might be pretty nice. So I'm not sure. Oh, it's actually 2 keys. Oh, interesting. That actually does change things up quite a bit, it being 2 instead of just 1. But I think I'm gonna end up doing a golden seed just for more. I mean, it's only 1, I think. So that's just one extra thing. Got some beautiful people. This is my favorite feature of the game so far. All right, let's see. Can we make? Yeah, there we go. He's angry. Actually, let's go ahead and go towards blue. There we go. He's yeah. He's bright blue to match the soul spears that we're about to do. Whoops. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there's a similar face feature, although it's pretty laggy, you can see, so... Oh. Alright, so I got a little turbo going on my controller here. So this is unfortunately as fast as we can go. Although... I wonder if... Yeah, there. Let's do strong form emphasis. And very aged. And omega masculine. Alright. Oh, it's going a little faster now. Doesn't change it as drastically as I would have hoped, though. It's not as much as in a lot of the other Souls games. Oh, he's got a beautiful smile now. Okay, let's go ahead and actually mess with some stuff. Oh, he's Dan Avedon. I love the hair. Like, the hair is so impressive. It looks really, really good. Like, man, that's so detailed. Oh, now I'm making, oh, what's his name from Final Fantasy XIV? There, his hair just matches, his skin. Luster, let's make it very lustery. The roots, very bright. He's an old man. There we go. His hair is so shiny. He hasn't bathed in weeks. And of course, he's got to have the very thick eyebrows. Just this tiny little mustache. Mega stubble. Oh, that is scary. There we go. All right, this is good enough. There's more. Actually, hang on. Maybe we can. There. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna go back to the match right eye. That's actually unbelievably disturbing. All right, there we go. That's also kind of disturbing. I don't know. There's some weird stuff you can do here. Wait, can I just... There. He's just blue dabba dee dabba die. So this will be our stream boy. So yeah, so I've been playing this game a lot, and I've actually really learned a lot of the controls. I actually kind of know how this game works now, finally. It took me a bit of time because it's a crazy game, but it's really fun. So, oh yeah, so those subtitles will actually be like, they would actually be synced up instead of being all delayed like they were in the first video. So, one of the big reasons why I wanted to start over is actually kind of strange, or kind of a weird thing, but I decided that like I didn't want to do do the podcast and the upload the last video to the podcast and to here to both those channels. Sorry, let me take a step back. I didn't want to upload the previous Elden Ring video to both the podcast channel and to the Stream VODs channel, especially because it just wouldn't have really made a whole lot of sense, and like, I don't know, it would have been a little confusing the way I would have had to chop it. So we're just gonna start fresh here. That one will just be like my first look at Elden Ring, and then this will be our fresh new file that we're going to go all the way through. I do plan on trying to kill every boss in this, but I mean, we'll see. Hopefully I don't miss any. So I don't know how you actually change like your memories, but we shall figure that out at some point. Actually, you probably have to sit at a bonfire. I don't know why you would change it here. Also, I don't care to have that on there, so. Tarnished wizened finger. So let's see, what are these spells? That's magic projectiles, and then this is horizontal arc. Interesting. I don't want to use any of those just yet, because we are limited on mana, unfortunately. And if I can, I would like to kill this boss. If I don't, it's fine, because you don't get punished for not killing him, but you do get a slight bonus for successfully killing him, so... if I can, that'd be great. If not, whatever. This game has just been phenomenal so far, though. It's going to be hard remembering what I have in this game, or in this file, and what I have in my normal one. Alright, we're already almost out of mana, so definitely not going to have enough mana to go through all this. Oh, that hurt a lot. Oh, well. I was hoping to actually be able to to at least try and kill him, and then I just ran myself off the ledge. That's fine, because we needed to die anyways, but, you know, kind of would have hoped to maybe not die in that way. All right, so we're actually gonna want to keep our mana flasks, which is a crazy concept to me. These trees are what hold the seeds for more. Whee! That's gonna hurt. Yeah, a little bit. All right, so let's get some more flasks and then see how this spell. Oh yeah, that's right. I think there's like a learn spell or memorize spell. Yeah, right there. So that makes sense. All right. Let's go ahead and actually get 3 mana flasks. We'll see how that works. All right. Also, I learned there's a page here that actually has information like any of the tutorials. So, as well as any other like items that have info stuff. All right, how much does this do? Oh, nice. Just one is enough to kill some of these guys for now. How much does a bonk do? Bonk. Whoop. Does nothing if you miss. 2. Alright, so it looks like Arc does the same amount of damage, but it is AoE, so that's good to know. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of stuff that I've kind of learned about this game as I've gone along. Sorceries are or just magic in general is kind of interesting because you can get you actually cannot get more mana slots until you end up picking up talismans. So that ends up being very, very important to be doing to get a bunch of talismans, or not talismans, sorry, memory stones, I think they're called. I don't know, there's something weird, but they let you actually get have more slots. So they are very important for this build. All right, let's go and get some. How much does this give? Oh, that's like full mana back. Nice. We are gonna want to upgrade a lot of mind so that we can actually have more mana. But it is interesting that like this is the first one of the games where you don't upgrade your attunement and get more mana slots. What is our skill here? No skill. Cool. It's a good skill. It describes me perfectly. It's probably not gonna reach, is it? Oh, it did. Nice. So like Souls games are not games that I particularly enjoy playing casters in, but I really enjoyed Pyromancer in Dark Souls 3, and I actually enjoyed up until the DLCs. I really enjoyed magic in Dark Souls 2. So, and I enjoyed a lot of what Dark Souls 3 magic did. I just hated how many enemies were resistant to it, which was why I ended up hating it in Dark Souls 2. So hopefully that sort of situation doesn't end up happening here where everything gets resistant to it. But I've seen some of the spells that you get as a magic user, and it gets a little wacky. So I'm kind of excited. Also, it'll be interesting going through here again now that I've like seen the first 20 hours of this game and I kind of know what's going on, and I kind of know how it plays, and I know which bosses are really great and which bosses are pretty crappy. I fought a really big dragon, and I was all proud of myself, and then I fought like 3 more, except for one of them I wasn't able to kill because it does a rot breath, or scarlet rot, and scarlet rot is basically this game's version of toxic, except every like tick of the application also deals damage, and the dot itself is like a big hit and then a ton of damage over time. So it's like it's pretty bad. You don't want to get hit with scarlet rot, and that dragon just does it all the time, plus has a ton of health. So I was just like, I'll come back, and that's kind of been. So this map is actually huge. All the way to the right past this area is an area, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like all red skies. I did a bunch of stuff there, and I just everything, I keep going there, and then everything I'm just like, oh, I'll come back to this, I'll come back, but someday I'll have to actually do it. Oh, look at our fluorescent self. Here is a map. So I've also kind of learned where maps come from. When a mama map and a papa map. There's on the map here. Let's see if you can actually. Yeah, it looks like there's not one on the map, but there's actually an indication of when you can of what a map, where a map will be. So I've finally discovered, I've discovered how to read the map pretty well at this point. I actually kind of understand what a lot of stuff is. And I've figured out what that giant tower is. Everything in Stormvale Castle I've already done. I've done a bunch of stuff in Renala's castle. I don't remember what that place is actually called, but it's a cool place. Fought all sorts of bosses. Died many times, as one does when playing a Soulsborne game. Also, that level up lady, she shows up after 3 sites of grace that are outside. I'm guessing it doesn't count at like the caves or the I can also say, I think it doesn't count my, or count the caves or the catacombs. So I want to get this one because I don't remember where it's actually at. I think I know, but, and then crafting kit I want to get. And then I also want to pick up all these 3 things as well as these cracked pots, but, we got, we got a while before we can actually do any of that. So yeah, and unfortunately we can't actually make any of these until then, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and go, we can go to the catacombs real quick as well as the caves, just because they're both pretty easy. I tried to, emphasis on the tried, because I ended up failing, but, I tried to fight this really cool, like, rock creature, and I tried a few times and kept dying, so I ended up deciding to come back to it later. But it's it's this really cool creature that's got, like, he's like a dog, like a big rock dog, and he's like only vulnerable at the head, otherwise he takes severely reduced damage. But like his big attack, he ends up like launching you to the air and then slamming you down, like with special gravity magic. It's the coolest looking thing. But yeah, I think it's safe to say I am a little obsessed with this game right now, and I think most anyone that's actually playing this game, it feels the same, even people who are not normal Dark Souls players. And it's kind of sad because this game has had some really big technical issues for PC players. For Xbox and PlayStation players, not as much. But for those of us that don't have an AMD card, it runs pretty smooth. Oh, nice. I can kill these guys in 2. Cleave them in twain. Hey, cheater. Oh, never mind. Only if they're, question mark. I was gonna say what would cause it, but I actually have no idea why that one took extra damage and this one didn't. So, question mark is the reason. Oh, I found out what the Glovewort does. It allows you to upgrade summons, and I found out how to actually know when you can summon. I mean, I've learned so much stuff since last stream. It's crazy. And it was kind of funny. So I've been playing this game so much I actually hadn't even saved my the previous episode. So I finally decided, okay, I guess I actually have to do that now. And so I went through and I saved everything, and you know, I uploaded it. Well, I ended up getting it onto the channel. Oh my goodness, that fire is big AoE. Well, there's our first death. I ended up getting it onto the podcast channel, but while I was exporting the video, so like what I ended up having to do because of how the video worked, I'm gonna real quick lower the volume just a tiny bit more. Just looking at, I don't know if it's actually too loud, but looking at, did I actually set that? Yeah, looking at the audio channels, it looks like, or it seems like it's pretty loud. But anyways, I hadn't realized, or I had realized that it was going to end up being a lot of work to save it because of the technical issues portion. And so I ended up having to download them, edit them together into one video, and then upload that. Well, the problem was, I mean, I did need to specifically upload it, so I needed to save it on my computer, you know, download it and then export it, the edited version, export it and then upload that. And the exporting took, whoa, my goodness, I just jumped. Oops. Sorry, one moment. Let me let me focus on not dying real quick, and then I'll get back to the story. Oh, camera. All right, it would really help if you would just come in here, sir. Okay, never mind. That actually helps even more. so I ended up having to export it. Well, unfortunately, that ends up using, you know, that uses your computer's like processor and everything. So I was trying to play this while I was exporting it, and it was chunking my computer. It was dying very, very strong, dying a lot. So there was absolutely no way that I could successfully export it. So while I was playing, so I just decided to end up just not doing that. I'll come back here in a moment. I want to flip the switch. I decided to quit out of the game and let it export by itself, and I just had to sit there and wait, not being able to play my new favorite game for a short while. It was a tragedy. Whoops. It's interesting. Oh my goodness. That is not fair. You guys cheated. Alright. We're dying a lot, unfortunately, because we don't have good armor or health. So we're a little weak sauce at the moment. So hopefully that doesn't keep happening. Here I am telling you about how I'm 20 hours in the game. Meanwhile, I've died twice in the Catacombs, which is the first Catacombs, which is relatively easy. I mean, I guess it's not the easiest thing, especially when, you know, you have pretty crappy gear like this, but, you know, I'd like to be able to impress my friends. I want to be cool. All right, where was that guy that came from behind? Senior Sneaky. Where was he? Was he in here? Oh, look at you. Thought you could hide. Oh, nice. That thing stays down. That's helpful. Alright, the reason why I had gone up before instead of in here, because there is stuff in there, but I want to flip the switch here just so that I'm fine. You know what? Let me see. I might be able to get a little cheeky 360 no-scope here just to get that down, so that coming back here will be easier. Yeah, okay, cool. So that'll make coming back here a bit easier. We're actually going to bring that back up because that's gonna save us when we get back into that room, but that'll be later. Cool. All right, there we go. We're getting there. Is there anything in this room? There is one guy. And possibly a second. The spells look really good in this game. They're really cool. Also, there was an area that I was at that was like a big magic school, and that's kind of one of the big reasons why I wanted to play this is play a magic user, is because I saw so many of the spells that you get, and I'm like, those things are so cool. I really want to use them. So we'll be getting some of them. Also, I killed, so some bosses will give you like the big bosses will give you like basically boss souls, and there's some pretty cool things you can do with the boss souls, so I'm excited for that. All right, so let's see. I might be able to just pick these guys off one by one. Phone notifications are screwy, apparently. It's no problem. No problem at all. As you can see, we started a new file here just because I wanted to have I wanted to do a different build than what I was doing on my own. I accidentally ended up making my the file that I was doing on my own like the exact same dexterity build as on stream, and so I was just like, you know what, let's go ahead and just start over with something new. I can create a cool new character, use some of the awesome magic abilities that there are in this game, because I haven't actually used any of them. I've just seen some. So let's see. I don't think, was there anything special on top of here? I don't think there was. Looks like there was not. So this room actually was not useful at all, other than just to kill a bunch of guys and get a smoldering butterfly, which you can get 18 trillion of throughout the game. Alright, that was what I got. Yeah, it was 3 smoldering butterflies. That's still not worth it, but you know, at this point in the game it kind of is, I suppose. Flower. All right. So let's go ahead and rest up so that we can have enough mana for this boss and then actually do the boss. I have not experienced this game as a ranged user at all either, so this is going to be especially interesting. A fight like this one, this was one that we did on stream. Pretty much the first like probably hour of this is going to be what we did on stream before. Hopefully a little bit faster than that. And I've discovered more tricks, and you know I understand more how things work. So. I still think this is like one of the coolest looking. All right. Scary. So luckily though, we can kind of just try and keep our distance here. And be able to do pretty well here. He's coming. Look at he go. He was a little late on that dodge, unlucky. Yeah. Movements are just so creepy. There we go. Cool. Pretty smooth. We kind of had to play it the way that we did though, because if we basically can't afford to get hit because of our lower armoire. All right, let's go ahead and let's go and warp. Oh, and there up at the fork in the road there was where we can get our map. Oh, I've been here, by the way. That giant statue, it's really cool. I actually finally found there. It's at the bottom of a river. There's like an entire massive underground place, which just looks so cool. So it's pretty neato. Just barely can't afford that. Oh, actually, no, I can. Because I got one of these runes. All right, and I don't know. I kind of want to get the telescope, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't help that much. It just would be nice to have something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and follow the road. So we can also do. Oh, I'm actually gonna wear that. Let's see. I'm just at medium, so. I'm gonna get whatever I can get that has like good defense. I will gladly use. But yeah, so we have our sword if we need like to do some backstabs and such. To do some melee fighting, and whenever we run out of mana, we just don't want to be like trying to do stuff like that too often, because that's not our speciality. Killing Sith Lords is our speciality. So I think I've actually, oh no, I haven't. Up there at the tippy top there is a bonfire. There's also one here. I'm always going to call them bonfires instead of graces. Another happy landing. The prequels are too darned quotable. General Grievous, you're shorter than I imagined. I really like that when you're out of combat, your stamina just doesn't drain, so you can just sprint for however long you want. The OB, oh yeah, it better be really good. All right, so we saw this already in the podcast, the meeting. What's her name? I can play.
Summon me. I bequeath. Use it. It will summon a torrent. Treat him with.
All right. Can we level? No, we cannot. So mind will allow us to have, whoops.
The principles you
Mind will give us more FP, so that's what we want to level up quite a bit. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and, whoops, add our horsey to here. And now we ride. So we don't want to alert everyone in this village here because, well, that would, for hopefully pretty obvious reasons, that would not be good because there are a lot of them. So we will be going a bit stealthy here, not too stealthy, because there's one place that we very much want to discover in here that I had missed on my first playthrough, and it's like one of the most important things that exist in the game. So we'll find it. I don't remember where it is. I think it's over on the other side, so. Okay, so let's just go ahead and wipe them out. Wipe out the Jedi scum. Herba. Oh yeah, and that's, we want to go there to pick up our map. Excuse you, sir. Poke. No, this guy's just a normal dude. You can kill him pretty easy. There's a dog there. Alright, here's our map. Alright, cool. Got some gloves. Let's see if we can equip those. Yes, we can. Nice. So, we have our map here. So this is a cave right here. And then there's some stuff like this. This is a jail. Same with this. I've done all the ones that I've found so far, but there's a lot. There was something down here. I don't remember. Maybe a cave. This island you can get to as well. Up here is the castle, Stormfront Castle, or Stormvale Castle, I mean. And then the boss is somewhere around here. But I ended up actually also fighting. There's another boss that you fight somewhere up here. I think maybe like around here or maybe up here. Oh, I think like right along here. He's the Fell Omen. There's some collectible stuff around here. This is like a PvP area, which is kind of neat. Lots of cool stuff that I've discovered. I don't know what these things are though. And then if we want to get that Flask of Wondrous Psychic, we got to go over this way, which we very much can. This is ruins. So we're probably going to make our way to the Flask of Wondrous Psychic pretty quickly after we're done here at this village. Oh, and we never actually picked up the thing over there, I don't think. So we'll have to do that at some point. But we're sneaking now. Oh, hey. Rude. Oh, darn, I was hoping that would go far enough to hit this guy. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's right, and when you vanquish enemy groups, you get flask charges back, which is very, very useful for, honestly, it's a really good thing. I like that, that mechanic, because it helps a lot for you to actually be able to continue playing the game. Out of mana. Magic missile. Alright, so right here is where we wanted to go for this little cave entrance. I'm gonna give it a minute just for that guy to patrol away. Those guys are basically like the Lothric Knights from Dark Souls 3. I think they've actually got like almost the exact same moveset, so like that's definitely what they are, but... Okay, cool. So this is gonna give us like the smithing stone or grinding stone or something, which is exceptionally useful. the whetstone knife, which allows us to add affinities and ashes of war onto our weapons, which is basically what allows us to actually like make our weapons good. I know that's kind of like a bit of a generalistic statement, but it's pretty much the case. You can't really... Oh, interesting. You can cast spells while on horseback. I never even thought about that. But it's what allows you to add, like, make your weapon a dexterity specific weapon, for example, or make it, strength heavy. So without that, our weapons, you basically just have to use whatever they have. But it also lets you change your special moveset. So whenever you hit the left trigger while you're like whenever you are using one weapon instead of like one in your offhand, it will end up doing your special action, which will allow you to do whatever it is that you actually did. So like, for example, we can go on to, actually I'll show you manually here. So we have this, which our left hand, our left trigger is kick. You can see that's actually right here at the bottom there, kick. Good against a guard break, or for a guard break, but we can instead do an Ashes of War and give this stomp stomp. And then we can also give it these different things. So quality, you can see that kind of increases the attributes of strength and dex, but reduces some of the base damage. So a standard is what we want because we're not going to be getting a whole lot of strength or dex, so we don't want things to scale with that. But later on, we'll be able to get like magic affinities or whatever, so that'll be fine. We don't have any things that we can do for any of those. There is someone that we'll meet at some point that'll give us more, but most of the Ashes of War you get, you just kind of find. So, I want to go and find, let's see, what was this? Third Church of America, north of the Mistwood. Cross the highway bridge and follow the animal trail north. So that is somewhere along this way, like over here. So we're gonna make our way all the way down to that bridge. There's actually a grace over here as well, and then we also might stop off at that cave because it's right nearby. Horsey, horsey, horsey. We can also get 2 levels. I suppose we should probably do that. I'm too used to how the game works later on, where you end up having like, I need 20,000 souls or 20,000 runes to level up, and it's a little bit less than that in the early levels. All right, that's a bit of a drop, so let's make our way around. Oh, this is where the dragon was, I think, just down in that pit, and we are absolutely not going to be fighting the dragon yet. There is 0 chance that we would be able to kill it. I am not that skilled at this game just yet, but someday. Oh, actually, so this is Limgrave Tunnels here. This is actually, like, these are, that marking is like a mining tunnel. I actually don't think I've found this tunnel on my main game, so I might have to come back here. But there's a lot of difficult to kill enemies in here, but there's a ridiculous amount of crafting materials down here, so it's very, very worthwhile. Stab. Smithing stone. Oh, nice. These guys take extra damage from magic. That is very, very helpful. That'll make this a bit easier to do. Plus, when they're mining, they're like, I think it's like you actually get like a stealth bonus or something. So if they're not actively attacking you and you hit them, you're gonna end up doing extra damage. So I don't know which of these paths to go on. I'm guessing this is the incorrect path, which means I want to go to it first. Oh, rats. Rats. Where the rats? We stray. We pray at night, we stalk at night. Where the rat? Hi. So these guys, your weapons actually bonk off of. So unless you're using certain weapons. I got the twin blade and I used that for like the first 18 or like, yeah, the first 18 hours of my playthrough. And well, I shouldn't even say 8, like pretty much the first 20. I just recently switched to some straight swords because the twin blade takes a little bit long. And at the point I'm at right now, it's not as strong, although it is pretty strong. But what I'm waiting for is to get a second twin blade, which there's not another twin blade until pretty, like, I think about like halfway through the game. And again, I'm only like 25% of the way through. So it'll be a while before I can get another one. But when I do, it will be grand. I'm looking forward to it. Come over here, doggo. All right. Whew. It's a little scary. Oh yeah, so I actually I found a like a chest that it basically was like a gas trap, and it chloroformed me to take me to a new location, and it took me to one of these caves, but in a much later game area. And I was very much not prepared to survive there, and there was like no bonfires nearby, and I was just terrified the whole time. I was like, please don't kill me, please. Also, there are indeed invisible walls in this game. I was pretty sad to find that out. So I'm kind of looking to see if any of these are invisible walls. Yeah, I'll be playing the new WoW tier. I'm kind of looking forward to it just because I want I want to enjoy WoW again. So hopefully it ends up being a really solid tier. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to come again. I don't know what our raid team is looking like right now. I think there's been a lot of discussions going on in the officer channels, officers channel about attendance, who all is coming and everything, because it's always the toughest part about a new raid tier is that there's so many people that want to come back and do stuff. But I mean, you've been because I went through 2 after AOTCC, you didn't want to be that guy. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. I send a message to well, I guess Bits or Worm or Junebro is actually an officer now, so you could send one to him too, or really any of them about it and see what they think. Blixt, he's actually probably not going to be able to be here for quite a while. I think he said his work is like really picking up, so he might unfortunately be unable to join for a lot of raids over this tier early on, I should say. Later on, I think he's able to join up. Boy, I am really lost in here. But you know, you can send one to some of them or to Selly. Dang on friends, but haven't had him or he removed you. Yeah, I mean, who knows? It is tough because I think he ends up like. I wish that Blizzard would expand BNet, make you have a little bit more space on there, because there's really not that much space available. This is where I came from. Oh, hang on, actually, I just had an idea. Gotta go back this way though. I had an idea of where I might have to go, but I'm probably gonna end up being wrong, and then I'll just be sad. But you're in our in the FP Discord channel, right? Ah, yes. I knew it. You are? Okay, yeah. So, should be some people that you can talk with, or, I mean, it's, you can send me a message on Discord if you want, and I'll put it in the officer channel, because I believe we're gonna do some sort of poll to the guild and just be like, you know, who all is gonna be coming. So if you see that, you can vote on that. I think it's gonna be like put emoji responses to it or something. It's Furious Pantaloons. So you can you can vote in that whenever, or react to that or whatever when it comes up. But if not, you can also just send me a message and I will tell I'll tell the officers that you want to come for this tier. Because you were very, very helpful, and we appreciated that you stuck with us even after you finished with AOTC. It's not a thing a whole lot of people will do, so it was very, very kind of you. Nice. Oh, and this is pretty useful. This is a somber smithing stone. That's what's required for the special items. The like boss weapons or like rare weapons or whatever. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. So we're probably gonna end. Oh my goodness. Forgot this is what we looked like. We're probably gonna end up starting with normal and then go into heroic, but that's, you know, at the start of the tier, so I think that's pretty fair. Always nice to learn the fight beforehand. All right, what's our boss gonna be? This is something large looking. Large lad. Oh, a troll. Oh, it's one of these guys. Interesting. I've fought a lot of these guys, so I'm a bit more used to it, but I imagine he can like nearly one-shot us, so don't want to get too greedy. Oh, that's an AoE. Oh, geez, no, that's big slams. All right, we got him. Not too bad. If you aren't a wretch, you're a noob. With a roar medallion. Enhances roars and breath attacks. Literally have no idea what that means. Actually, I guess there are like some dragon breath stuff you can get, but yeah, I wonder how this would work. So like, because I want to do a magic build, I wonder how you would be able to do to get magic as like a wretch, like how long it would take for you to get some spells. I imagine it would be quite a bit of time, but who knows. This is my first time doing a magic playthrough, and I still haven't finished my main playthrough. I'm actually not 100% sure if anyone's finished a main playthrough of this game. I haven't looked, but I haven't seen anyone talking about it, so. And I imagine probably if there are people that have, there's also probably, I mean, there's a lot that haven't, and they probably don't want to spoil themselves on it, so, like on what the ending is, so I imagine that would be a thing as well, but who knows. Oh, there's also like a town you get to warp to, so I forgot about that thing, and it's kind of weird not having that readily available, but I will soon. All right. These guys are a little scary. Nice. Just wanted to get the cookbook and get out of here. Can't open your map while you're in combat either, so I'm like, I always have some troubles with that, with trying to get out of combat so I can actually do it. It is funny though how like when you actually know what's going on, the game actually goes pretty fast, or a lot of it goes pretty fast. The early part, I should say. So it's interesting. Oh, this part is kind of neat. So those like wind things, those will let you launch up. You can like jump when you're in them. These jellyfish things are really cool, but there's an enemy here that we can see. It's actually going to be an invasion, but then there's something even cooler that happens after it, and it takes you off your horse, because it doesn't allow, this is a good thing, it doesn't, you're not allowed to be on your horse when you're being invaded. For PvP, I'm sure is the reason why. So Bloody Finger Nerigius, who is way too strong for us to be able to fight reasonably. Not only just in health, but also in damage. He's quite scary. Ow. But we actually got a friend. So let me just...
The end is nigh. For you. And your cessblood.
And your cessblood. Save me, friend. Nice. Alright. So we got to be careful not to get hit by this guy too much. Oh, he's got a lot of stamina, because it hurts a lot. Stupid mosquitoes. I say that in real life, too. Alright, well, it looks like we're just kind of going to let this guy do all the work, because, you know, Johnny roll spam here is making it pretty hard to get a magic hit, and any sort of, like, PvP stuff is just really tough to do as a magic user. If the opponent actually kind of knows what they're doing, like this, where they're just roll spamming. Luckily, our friend has the longest sword in the West, so... And also, NPC invasions only get one flask, which is, like, amazing. Or sometimes they don't even get any, but it's very helpful. Alright, cool. That went a lot better than on my first playthrough. I died here like 6 times, because I would go in and melee him, and then all of a sudden he would just turn to me and go like, gah, 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 stab me a bunch of times. Reduvia is a pretty cool weapon, although I have never really used it, because you need arcane for it. It scales with arcane, but it does a ton of bleed, so it's pretty useful. Alright, there's a cave over here. And I love this cave because of one event that happens in it, right at the very end. So, how many of you are familiar with Unbreakable Patches, the character that has appeared in every Souls game, although I don't know if he's been in Demon Souls, but he's definitely been in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. He's a very recognizable character. In Dark Souls 1, he kicks you down a pit because if he thinks, or just because he thinks you're a cleric, and because he wants to get the gear that you have, but he's too much of a coward to actually fight you. He also will pull the bridge on you and kill you if you're not careful. In Dark Souls 2, I don't remember what he does, because I don't remember a whole lot about Dark Souls 2. And then in Dark Souls 3, he pretends to be, what's his name, Sigurd, and will once again pull a bridge from you and cause you to go down into an area with a bunch of giants. And then he'll also lock a door behind you and everything. So he's kind of a bit of a jerk, to be perfectly honest. But he's also got a very recognizable voice. Rending. Did we ever get any more armor? No, we did not. All right. Huh. There's nothing in here. Wow. That's just crazy.
Well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it.
It's Patches. He's back. Except, of course, he's also a, you know, like a player character almost, so he's extra difficult to hit. Ah, poison mist. Actually, no, that might be toxic or rot. All right, come on, man.
Wait, please. I surrender. White flag and all.
All right, what do you think? Should we let him surrender?
Finally come round.
Groveling for mercy.
I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true.
He's so ugly.
You're tarnished, like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such. But an innocent mistake, I assure you. Well,
Oh yeah, I trust you, Patches.
now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
I mean, how could you not realize that this guy's just a normal person? You know, I mean, I look just completely normal.
A true man of reason. Just what I like about you.
Just what I like about you.
Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying.
Bloody terrifying.
I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time. Don't forget.
So yeah, he next time he actually ends up being a shop owner. So unfortunately, like obviously we didn't get anything from him. You can kill him. That's what I did on my other playthrough, and you essentially get the ability to shop, but you get like an item from him from killing him that you can turn into someone later in the game, and that lets you just do his shop that way. So it's, you know, it's kind of here or there. If you kill him, it's more about if you know, if you think he deserves death or not, which in most circumstances, based off of what he's done in the other games, he kind of does. Whee! All right. So I haven't figured out any of these paintings just yet. I almost figured out one later in the game, but it's not something that I can actually reach at the moment. I don't quite know how to reach it. But I mean, so you actually end up getting just the painting right here. Let's see if we can figure this out. So I'm guessing it's that tree or this tree. Actually, it's probably maybe it's this tree. Let's see, what other stuff is there around it? So there's a cliffside and a big arch. Looks like it might be over there. Looking at that tree. Let's see real quick if we can find that, and then we'll come back here, because there is still more that we want to do. We can also go to that tree at some point, which would be nice, and we can go here to pick up the map, but I want to get our Flask of Wondrous Psychic before we do a whole lot. Bears. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Dang it, I knew this would happen. I was hoping maybe we could get up here, but I don't think we can unless until we go to the bridge up there. So that's something to keep in mind, though, is that it might be that the area that we're trying to get to might be up there. We can't do much about it just now, but we will be able to at some point in the future when we get over there. And like probably later on stream, we'll be able to get to it. I don't think it's out of reach until later. Like I think we'll have to actually manually get over to it. So gotta find a ruins, because I believe it was a ruins where the Flask of Wondrous Psychic is. Ah, yeah, there's the ruins right over there. And there's also a grace. There's absolutely no reason for me to kill those guys other than just because I can. It is interesting, though. Like, there's a lot of, like, things that happen throughout this throughout this game that like you could absolutely just miss. Oh, and look, yeah, I remember this forest is really creepy because there's these gigantic bears, which are extremely difficult to fight. They are really, really nasty. But I want to real quick go and get the map, and then I'll go towards that ruins. Oh yeah, and that leads to a cave, I believe. Oh, one of those bears saw us. Oh, and here's this guy. He's just scratching against the tree. Let's just pick up what he's got here, and then, you know, and don't worry about us, bear. We're fine. Oh boy. Everything is A-okay. Alright. We should be good. Nice. So there's that tree. And then I want to go to this thing overhanging the bridge just because there's a dude to talk to here. A bro.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height.
The great Kenneth Height. So he's just like, he's like, please rescue me. And then you talk to him. He's like, oh, I don't really need a rescue.
I want you to take back my fort, a knight commander from Stormvale.
Oh, you know, I don't know if I've ever actually talked to him after doing this.
Fret not to celebrate.
Because I believe I did that on my other playthrough. Alright, let's go into here. Oh, and there's these little guys, they'll give you back charges of your flask. But there's some versions of them. So the blue ones will give you back your mana flask, one charge of your mana flask, and then there's like different ones. There's like glowing white ones, and there's like, you know, all sorts of just different versions of them. All right, so this is a pretty important area for two reasons. One, because we get the flask, but two, because we actually get this sacred tier, which allows our flasks to heal more and give more mana. Actually, I don't remember if it makes them give more mana, but it definitely does do the more heal. Let us find out. Yeah, HP and FP, cool. So, oh yeah, now we end up needing, we need 2. Oh no, we still only need 1, but after that we'll need 2 to level up each time. So the flask, you get multiple tiers, and you can put all of them in and mix them. So right now we only have the one, which is just restores half of total HP, but that's no matter what your HP is, it'll be half, so that's pretty solid. So we're gonna, yeah, just leave that here. I ended up getting some tiers, one that restores HP and one that restores FP. So, it's pretty nice. You get health and mana back every time you drink it, and you can only use it once per grace. Like, until you sit at a grace, you won't get it back. But there's also other effects you can do, like makes you take reduced damage until your first hit, or like, you know, gradually restores HP, or increases holy damage or magic damage or whatever. Like, there's all sorts of just different things you can get. So this is a well. This thing is pretty cool. We're not going to do anything with it just yet, but like we will after we finish this Erd tree here. Didn't actually need to kill that guy. So none of those guys actually give anything. Was there anything to do here? Maybe it was just this. All right, so there's some more crystal tiers. There's actually normally a boss at any of these, but not for this one, I think, because this is like the first one that you can find, or the first one that you normally find, and that's the fort that the guy wanted us to take back. We are not exactly the most prepared for that, but I mean, we could. But I want to go down here. This is also a thing we're not going to quite do just yet, but we're going to discover it because it's a cool place, and it's visually, this was like the first time. It's actually happened multiple times where I've like been playing this game and like something really cool happens and my jaw just hits the floor because I'm like, this is so cool. This was like the first time that I felt that way. So you can see it's a very long elevator. There's a good reason for that. Because now we have entered the Hollow Earth. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do down here, but it is very, very difficult early on. And we are very much not like strong enough to deal with most of this area. A lot of stuff is basically going to just one or two shot us, and you know, we don't have a whole lot of flasks, but there is a little bit of early stuff that we can explore. Explore and grab, I should say. It's such a cool looking area, just absolutely beautiful. So, out of curiosity, how many have any of you bought this game after watching me play it or after watching other people play it and tried it out for yourself? Because I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like everything about this game, it looks super fun, it plays super fun, and it is super fun. Just ignore these guys. We are very much not going to be able to kill them. I haven't even watched any, like, I've watched like one short, like 20-second video that had some gameplay of this, and then like I've watched a lot of Vati video. I haven't watched any of Lobos's playthrough. I gotta check that out because I love his streams. Yeah, these guys are a little dangerous, so you don't want to be fighting them too much. Or by too much, like, I mean, at all. They're not the type of enemy that you tango with. I had a little bit of a frame rate lag spike there. That's, oh boy, that corner is like, look at this. This corner is just, it's just the lag corner. That is really weird. All right, nice. So smithing stone 4. So instead of it being like titanium shards, large titanium shards, titanium chunks, and titanium slabs, there's just smithing stones and somber smithing stones, and the somber ones are for the rare items or the special items, and then the regular ones are for every other item. It's just, you get like smithing stone 1, smithing stone 2, smithing stone 3, all the way up to, I think, 10. Or maybe not up to 10, it might be up to some other level, but it's also kind of interesting because I was thinking like, oh man, you know, on my main playthrough, my weapon is almost plus 15, and I'm, you know, kind of, I didn't think I was super close to the end, but maybe I am considering how high up my weapon is. And then I realized I ended up getting another level of smithing stones that would bring my weapon up to plus 18. So now I have no idea what the max level on a weapon is. I'm pretty sure for special weapons it's plus 10, but I have no idea what it is for regular weapons. It might be like plus 30, or maybe just plus 20. I'm not sure. Maybe just 18. So that's something I shall find out in Das Future, I suppose, but it's really neat. So yeah, so this is basically the part that we're not going to really be doing too much more with. I don't even remember what is in here. Oh, just preserving boluses. But this is pretty much going to be where our journey stops, up here, or down here, I should say, for now. We'll be coming back maybe before the end of the stream, depending on how strong we get. But there's some enemies here that are just nasty as could be. So, crab people. Tastes like crab. Talk like people. Alright, let's... Oh, melted mushroom. It's all melty. And there's the grace, finally. So there's... I'll quick show you what it is that we're going to be dealing with here. Or what we're going to be building up to here, I should say. Because there is an end goal here. There's actually two, because there's a jail as well. But I think you need a stone sword key in order to actually do anything with that. So there's these fires that you have to light 8 of them, and you can see over there, as soon as we lit that lit one of those torches, and there are 8 of them, so that should be a good indication as to what you need to do here. Once you light all 8 of them, I think this gives you, it's just the map. Once you light all 8 of them, this guy at the end here actually will become active, but not right here. You end up going to a whole new boss area. It kind of reminds me of the Dark Wraith, or no, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a boss in Dark Souls 2 that splits in half halfway through, and you fight 2 of them. It's really cool. But this area goes on for a long while. So we're gonna go ahead and head back to the surface. We got our flask. Not really gonna bother doing anything there just yet. There's more that we could explore around here, but probably won't just yet. Barrel. There's just a giant barrel in the ocean. Let's go ahead and go in here, go past the gate, and then there was something I ended up wanting to do. There was some area, I think it was like over here. Oh yeah, it was like all the way up there actually, so it'll be a while to get to, but there's some other stuff that we can get while we're up here. And eventually, I'm hoping to be able to fight Faloman Margit, whatever his name is. The only part I remember is that he is a Faloman. My last playthrough, I stood and fought everything in here. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to collect as much as I can and get out. Ow. Ow, ow. Excuse me. By collect as much as I can, I mean collect one thing and then leave. Actually, yeah, we should be able to fight the Fellowman pretty easily because we're actually kind of close to him. Alright, and as soon as you come up here, it gets all windy because we're in Storm Hill. Pumpkin Hill. Alright, there's a shack up here with a grace. How would? And also this lady who becomes more important later. Pardon me, wolves. Nice. Those are very useful. So she gives us a summon thing, which is not that useful. You're willing to make me a chrysalid? Can you take this little one with you? Alright. So, she's gonna just kind of do her own thing. Oh, a little bit of lag. Wow, what in the world is going on? Whoa. Game is struggling. I'm sure it definitely is having a lot of extra difficulty because of the because of me streaming at the same time. If I wasn't streaming, it actually might not be having as many problems, but I mean, it's not really that much. It's just whenever I look in like a certain direction for whatever reason. So over here, I believe, is the jail that we really can't do at this point because it is nasty. But I'm gonna see if there's any other stuff that we can collect while we're over there, and then we'll head the other direction. It's out of all of the jails that I've done, it's definitely the hardest because it's got like this winged knight. First phase, he's not winged; he's just really strong. In the second phase, he starts flying and like whipping a ethereal tail at you. It's crazy. I've been really impressed with a lot of the designs of this game so far. There's a lot of really cool fights. including one which just, I'm not even going to spoil it, but it's like the second of the rune lords, whatever they're called, and it was phenomenal. The first phase reminded me a lot of Deacons of the Deep, which is I was very partial to that, but it was also very easy. And then the second phase came along, and I basically ended up getting like nearly one shot within the first 5 seconds, because I wasn't expecting the fight to be as difficult as it was, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh crap, and it got so cool. So I'm excited for that one. That poor guy. It wasn't very fair. Kaiden. Ah, those are crappy. Yeah, so hopefully we can get some more damage soon. It's not like our damage is bad, but it's definitely not great. So. Alright, arrows reach Talisman. Also pretty worthless for us right now, because we don't use arrows, but eventually we will get some useful talismans. I got one that was really, really nice for my playthrough, where it was what in the world? It was a twin blade talisman, and it basically ends up being like extra damage at the end of a combo. So like the twin blade basically does like 3 hits. It's like da 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 da. Like, you know, pretty fast, and so you can get the twin blade talisman, and it makes it that the last hit of those combos ends up dealing extra damage, and so it makes the twin blade very, very strong, all things considered. I think it increases it by like 10 to 20%, maybe even more than that. So it's very, very good. The only problem is that it does require that you actually hit that final hit, which is usually one of the harder parts of an attack with the twin blade to hit. So that's the only thing that really holds the twin blade itself back, is that it's just the last hit is really not easy. Wow, silky smooth, varying frame rates. So a word of warning to anyone that is actually really interested in this game, which I would say, if you're not interested, be interested. No, if you're not interested, then I mean that's fine. If you're not a Souls person, then this might not be that interesting to you. If you're not really a big fan of like open world, whoa, then you might not be interested. But whoa. But if you're like me and you like Souls and you like open world, and you've been looking for a for an open world Souls, or like a Souls MMO basically for years and years, then this is like perfect for you. But I'm getting sidetracked. What I want to say, oh my goodness. All right, screw it. No more horseback fighting. Just die. This game is really, really great, but on PC it is having some problems, and that's not just me. That's if you go to Steam for this game, like the Steam reviews actually have this game at a pretty low rating, which is like really sad, because it's a great game, but the PC performance is so varying. For example, if you have an AMD card, graphics card, the odds are pretty high that this game is just flat out not going to work for you. It's basically going to be doing what it was doing for me on that first on that podcast episode. But yes, you're tarnished through and through. Now's the time to pass them on. But yeah, I can't really use any of these because those are all for weapons. But there's also like a chance that a controller just is not going to work for whatever reason for you. I don't know why that happens, but it does. There's a chance that the game just will not vibe with your graphics cards. There are weird settings that you have to set in order to get it to like for sure work. That's like, you know, what I ended up having to do. There's all sorts of like just weird little technical issues, and Pretty much any of the complaints about this game that I've seen have been purely from a technical standpoint. I've seen, I think, one person at all complain about the actual gameplay, and it was funny because they were saying the game. They were saying something about how they're like, oh, this game is just like, you know, the same thing, or it's boring or whatever, and it's like. They posted that review like a day after it came out, so they were obviously just prepared to put out a negative review, because you don't have enough time to actually explore a game and see if it is going to be the same thing over and over again or not. But, you know, it's all the complaints I've seen other than that one have been just from a technical standpoint, so... Whoa. Dang, roll spammers. Oh my goodness, please. This is the worst part about playing a magic build in any Souls game, is fighting the NPCs, because they are just, it's just so miserable because they just constantly dodge out of everything. At least early on. Later on, you can get some stuff that has like better tracking, or it's like lingering, or it's like an AoE thing, so it's gonna end up doing better, but early on, not so much. Alright, cool. The hammer talisman, which is kind of useful, I suppose. So this is the PvP thing. It's not useful for us, but so this is the PvP area, and then yeah, there's nothing else around here. But now that I'm up here, I wanted to look at this painting again and see. Let's see, is that... Huh, okay, I think this actually isn't it then. Maybe it's something over here? I'm guessing that is the tree, but it might actually be something else. I'm not sure. I don't know where would have these big arches, these big McDonald's arches. Maybe it's somewhere along here. That would kind of point towards the tower. I have no idea what actually happens when you find this thing, by the way, so this is all kind of a bit of a mystery for me. But we'll find out together. So there's actually multiple of these arenas throughout the game. I found one that was just, I had to fight 3 NPCs, and they were all like, you know, like the type of NPCs that will two-shot you if you fail to dodge. A lot of times doing a sunlock two-shot, so you can't actually dodge out of it. If you miss the first one. And so I've had so many NPCs that do that, and it's just so frustrating to fight them. So I ended up having to cheese all 3 of them, and that was like the only way to get this talisman, which was a really good talisman. It gives you extra carry capacity, but it was painful, I tell you what. So far, I am enjoying this magic playthrough. It seems pretty cool. I have a feeling when I finish my main playthrough, I'm going to do another playthrough of either strength build or a faith build. So, but I'll stick with the sorcery build here so that I'm not like, oh, you know what, I'm doing a build of this. Let's just start over again. Oh, these are enemies. So I'm not sure if it might not even be up here that is the place I'm thinking of, because everyone up here is, or everything up here is all hard to see because of the storm. So can I attack his tummy? Nope. Alright, I think I just gotta use a sword. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of damage. It's nice. So I kind of... Oh, you know what? Actually, Maybe, whoops, maybe it wouldn't be over here. I don't know. This is very strange. Lance Talisman. I don't think I actually found that. Enhances attacks on a horseback. That's nice. Surprised I wouldn't have found that. Yeah, I was trying to see if maybe that's what this was, but can't be. I was gonna say I should probably get that in my other playthrough, but like, enhancing attacks on a horseback isn't that useful, all things considered. So yeah, I don't know where in the world this would be. Whatever. Let's just move on, because it's sometimes these things will drive you nuts, because you'll be just looking for them forever. So there's some stuff to do at this beach down here as well. That we could do. There's a cave where you unlock like tailoring or whatever. But let's go ahead and go back to this shack here. And I think we'll be able to just head straight to the Fell Omen, bro. A little bit of lag over here again. Something about this part of Storm Hill that just game does not like. That'll be a new Ash of War. And that was where in that previous playthrough we had discovered the whole thing about the whetstone knife, and I was like, oh, we must have found one, and then I couldn't find it anywhere. It's because it gave us that message because I guess it assumed that we already had the whetstone knife. Ouch. Yaw. Yaw. Alright, nice. So we'll see. I might not actually fight the Fell Omen here just because we aren't exactly the highest level. Our damage is not exactly very good. So we're gonna, I think we might give him a shot, but not actually be able to kill him. But we'll see. So what's this do? Explodes when thrown. Ah, alright. That's lame. And there is like summons available here, but I would like to do everything without like any like NPC summons. So foul tarnished.
In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Hurrah. Thy flame. Oops, sorry. Bonking the microphone. Yeah, that's not great damage that we're dealing. I mean, it's not the worst, but yeah. Oh, geez, that's right. I forgot he comes all the way over here. This fight is really cool. I like it a lot. It's got a really nice moveset. Oi, my face. It's my moneymaker. Alright, excuse me, sir. Oh, I just realized we never ended up getting our bell to allow us to do summons. So we'll have to actually do that at some point. Alright, phase 2. He's still going. There we go. Ah, he's still going. He's still going. All right. Just dodge. Nice. Ooh. Oh, that's right. He keeps going. Oh, all right. Just heal. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh. Oh my gosh. All right. Ow. All right. Well, we have no heals, so pretty much can't afford to really take much more damage. No, 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 sir. Ay, how are we still alive? Oh no. Oy. 2 more hits. No, sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's so sad. No. Hi there. That would have been the ultra clutch, and instead it was the ultra fail. The ultra depression. That was that actually was a lot closer than I thought it would go. But that was cool. So let's we obviously could kill him. But I want to get a little bit stronger, and I want to just have some better moves instead of just spend the whole time sprinting away and then do like 2 attacks and then sprint away. So it was only like 50 souls that we're losing in there. So let's go ahead and do some more exploration, because we still have a long. I mean, that killing him opens up a whole new area that is a pretty cool area. Kind of tough, kind of maze-like, but still pretty neat. But like we obviously, or not obviously, but we are a well below level that one would normally be by the time they get to there. So and I don't exactly have much of a desire to do an underlevel playthrough of this game. I am not, considering I haven't even gotten halfway to the end of the game. I don't think it would be very smart for me to try and do something like that, but I don't know, maybe it would be. So such a good boss though, that Margit the Fell Omen. He's great. Oh. Let's see, is this, yeah, this is the one where there's actually a boss down here. It's kind of neat. It's not that difficult of a boss, but this will, actually, now that I think about it, I forgot, this is actually really important for us to do. Only problem is this guy, his hat kind of protects him a bit. Let's see, can I get through with this? Nope. There we go. So if I can, whoops, get him turned around, or just get behind him, I can deal enough damage. Ow. Not a whole lot of room to fight in here either. That makes it very tough. Oh, did another attack. Excuse me, sir. All right. All right, we got some more stamina. Oh, wow, that's some range you got there, fella. Boy, this is a really tough fight on magic. It almost would be easier for me to just do melee. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, we're basically out of heals now. Oh, bonk. He's bonking with his head. All right, he does more. I forgot. Oh. That was very, very generous iframes. I love this guy's name, Mad Pumpkinhead. Alright. Not too bad. Just definitely not something that you can really fight reliably with magic. You can, but it's a lot more difficult. But anyways, the reason why we wanted to do that is for this lady here. I want to learn sorcery. See? She goes, I'm a reviled witch. And you're like, I don't care. Give me sorceries. So we can get some pretty nice stuff here. That's Glintstone's Stars is pretty strong. We already have Pebble and Arc. Barrage we can't use yet, but we can get at least. And then the Scholar's Armament and Scholar's Shield are kind of not very worthwhile. So we need 4,500. I wish we could just sell to her so that we can know exactly how much we're getting from selling or from using these, but oops. That was one more of those than I needed to do. I could have just done one of the other things. So we can at least use Crystal Barrage, and then we can't or whatever the other one was. Whatever we can use the one that we can use, but not the one that we can't use. Oh, nice. All right, cool. And we're gonna be able to go back to the table now.
To see whether or not grace truly does guide you.
Whether or not.
It seems my torrent, whereas I know
Torrent?
there is, but I can take you gathering.
Yeah. So round table hold.
Very well. Let my hand.
Very useful for us. Hold my hand. You poor maidenless fellow, you. I've been loving people have been doing the Megamind looking into the camera all close up like fisheye lens and goes, no maidens? Because that's they constantly call you maidenless in this game. Alright, yeah, so anyways, these guys have all sorts of stuff. So this guy's incantations, which is I think that's like specifically faith stuff, but you can also get fire, which looks like it only scales with faith, so you can actually just do pyromancy as just, you know, just faith instead of having to do faith and int, which was always very annoying. But you know, I mean, if you've got heals, you've got shockwaves, you've got fire, and I imagine that's basically instead of lightning stuff, although I think at some point you can get the lightning. This guy sounds like Sean Bean to me every time I hear him.
As your senior, it is safe.
It is safe here. Just remember, winter is coming. She's my servant. All right. Sorry, I'm just mimicking, parroting everyone here. All right, let's go ahead and get some cuddles here. Oh, how'd you like that slow turn? You'll see what I mean. She actually, like, you literally do. You literally just do cuddles. She's like, do you think it a vulgar act? We shall hold hands. And you're like, oh.
You are very warm.
This is for all the poor maidenless people.
Light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back, I will take you in.
So yeah, I don't remember exactly what that does. Let's see. Oh yeah, so it uses FP and gives you more poise. I think there's actually more stuff that you can do here, but I think that that's basically just a like, okay, I just want to go full tank mode. I don't care if I'm taking damage. I'm just gonna slam. So your new face. So this guy, will let you do Ashes of War. Is the same stuff as you could at the bonfire, but he'll also let you do smithing. So I don't think we're actually going to really bother upgrading our staff just yet. We probably should, but I'm not going to, because there's later on in the game we will be able to get different staffs, and I have a feeling they're going to be better ones. We could use one of our only stone sword key right there, but there is nothing worthwhile behind there for us. Basically, in case you're curious, for anyone that's curious about what's back there, there's actually two separate gargoyles. The second gargoyle requires 2 keys, so you need a total of 3 to get through there. The first door will give you a crossbow, a really good crossbow, like as far as crossbows go, but still, I mean, you know, if you don't use crossbows, then it's kind of like whatever. And then the second one will give you what in the world is it? Like an incantations book. So if you do incantations, then it's great, but otherwise not so much. Memory Stone will let you actually have more memory slots, which is what allows you to have more spells, and then you can buy 3 keys from her, and also a finger seal so that you can do faith stuff. So that's pretty cool, and some armor and stuff. So I mean, some useful stuff. Rune arcs we can't really do anything with just yet, so I would like to get more memory slots, but I don't need any because I'm not really using more spells than just the one. But this place may seem kind of meh right now. You can actually jump down here and there's an NPC to fight, but we are unbelievably unprepared to fight that NPC. So there's zero chance that we're actually going to do it. All right, glintstone stars. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So what's our intelligence? 16, and in order to use that one we need what, 23? Yeah, so that's going to be a while. But Table of Lost Grace is always visible on the map. You can just kind of go to it whenever. This whole area out here, this is Caelid. We are definitely not going over here right now because this area is like, this is where I am in the 20 hours in game. So we are not able to do that. I think we can go down there. We can also go to in here. Trying to think of what else we could explore. We can also, there's oh yeah, down here I think is actually probably where we're gonna want to go. And then there's the dragon somewhere around here, which we're not fully prepared to fight, but we could. There is actually a boss here in the Cave of Knowledge, but you need 2 stone sword keys to get to it, and it also is just really quite difficult. So let's go back to the church. Let's go and get our calling bell, and then let's go down to the beach and splish splash in the ocean. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Also, there are certain bosses that only appear at nighttime. I don't remember where all of them are, but I remember some of them. So since it's nighttime, it's pretty cool. But nighttime actually is pretty useful. There's some really useful stuff that can happen there. Particularly, you do seem to get a bit more souls. There are some enemies that actually will give you, like, if their eyes are glowing, that means they actually will give you more souls. I think like 4 times the souls for killing them, which is just insane. So, and some enemies that only spawn at night, so makes it extra interesting. And I really like that there's a day-night cycle. I didn't think it would really do a whole lot for the game, but they actually made the day-night cycle interesting. They gave it actual effects so that it's not just a visual thing, which is very good on them. Alright, so the cave is like down that way. We can't really do much with it just yet. I mean, we can, but I don't want to go to it just yet. Because first, there's something down this way. Oh no, right here is the cave. So we will be back for that, though. Not yet. And that's where we'll get the tailoring thing. There's an an enemy over here that I didn't kill on my other playthrough, and it was because I didn't think you could kill it. But I found a later one that a later enemy that's basically the same thing, and realized that you can kill them, and so now I want to do it each time because you can actually get something from it. is just really tough to do. So you can see this thing going by. We want to get exactly where it is, or exactly where it will be. Okay. Let's go like right here. And then I want to try and slam him. It's tough to do. Ah, nuts. What's this? Oh, it's a straight stab. What's this? That's also a straight stab. That sucks, because I don't think we can kill this thing in one hit with just a normal slash, but we'll see. We might be able to. The hitboxes on them are kind of tough. I think you pretty much want to swing earlier rather than later, so... Not that much earlier, though. Boy. I wish you could, like, lay mines or something. Also, let's one-hand it, just because that'll allow us to get some horizontal action going here. There we go. Got him. Alright. Wasn't even really that worth it, but, I just wanted to actually do that, to see what it was. And I mean, like, sweep is pretty good because that's some good AoE, but it's not that important. Excuse me, sir, just gonna steal your only thing you have? He's like, hey, that was mine. Whoa, camera just freaked out for a second there. Also, these things are really cool, and you can fight them. You basically just side strafe, but they take, like, significantly severely reduced damage until all of a sudden you stagger them, and then you can kill them. But they're also really gross looking, so I kind of don't look at the screen when I'm fighting them. Alright, let's see how much damage this actually does. Oh, that's not bad. See, I think that was a counter hit. No, it wasn't. Wow. So never mind. Glintstone Stars is kind of lame. Maybe it's, I don't know. It seems like it just doesn't do as much damage. It's kind of not as powerful. It's a cool effect, but not as powerful as what I have. So hopefully Crystal Barrage ends up being pretty good. Can't wait until someone makes a mod where when you interact with that thing, it just plays the Taco Bell sound. Dong. Alright, it's a little dark in here. I don't know what you are, but I shall fight you. You can actually get a lantern, but I think that's a person that you buy it from later in the game, which we are not able to reach right now. I actually don't remember which NPC it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a later one. Anything over here other than crap? Oh no, it looks like it's just a way back up. But back down I go. It's got some mana, because this is the boss. Old Knight Eastvan. Yeah, so if you kill the chiefs, the little guys will stop bothering you for now, so I want to kill this guy. Oh, that's a shame. Don't dodge out of the way, please. Nope, he did anyways. There we go. Okay, that's one of them down. He's just like, why? What's hitting me? I don't understand. Alright, cool. That's the boss. So that gives us the tailoring tools, which will... that guy was all scared. Which will allow us to do, like, modifications, visual modifications to our gear. I don't know exactly what the point of it is, like, other than just fashion souls, which is... a very important part of the game, to be perfectly honest, but as someone who makes their character look as unbelievably ugly as possible in most every circumstance while playing a Souls game, I don't know, it's not as important to me. Although this game is one game where I actually, like, wouldn't mind making a character actually look good. I just don't have the patience to do the FromSoft character creator, just because it's a lot of options that all do very little, but then all together end up doing a lot, so it ends up just being kind of tiresome. Oh, we're almost out of mana. Where are we? Oh, that's right, yeah, that takes us to this island, which I believe we can't do anything with yet, but it is a pretty useful island, again, if you're doing incantations. What was that up there? Is that like a giant or something? I don't remember. Oh, it's a jellyfish. But yeah, so this is a dragon area, so you can get special dragon things here. Nothing that we can do just yet, unfortunately, because you need dragon hearts. But I think even if we do get any, we won't be able to do much anything because they're all just incantations. Very cool incantations that also require arcane, it looks like, but not incantations nonetheless, which means as a sorcerer, we very much cannot do anything with them. Which is a shame. I every time I play a Souls game for the first time, I just constantly go back and forth being like, oh, I want to do that, I want to do that, oh, that one looks so cool, that gameplay, oh, that's awesome. So Cathedral of the Dragon, you actually can get more spells and abilities and stuff, but not here. So we've done all that. I guess we can just go back here and then just head up, because we can do that jail pretty easily, I think. If I remember correctly, it was a not too bad one. Yeah, let's level up too. Let's get our mana up to 20. We'll leave it there for now, and then we'll start doing some intellect. Leveling is pretty slow in this game, all things considered. I'm kind of surprised by how slow leveling is, because I would have thought with like how much there is in this game that it would end up being pretty fast, but it ain't, which is, I mean, all things considered, that's probably a good thing, because that means you don't like burn out very fast, but you don't like just get like way too powerful. They were able to keep the power creep in check. Yeah, that's the one we've already been to. Just wanted to make sure. There is one down there, but that's in, I think, the next area down south, which we... I don't know if I've actually been to the area down south in any of my playthroughs. Ooh, this event. This is a cool one. Nope. There we go. That's what I wanted to do was... Oh, hello, horsey. The horse is like, thank you. Alright, so I think we can actually just rob this without even killing anything. Nope, never mind. Let's see, can we stop it and then rob it? I think to stop it, we have to kill one of these guys, so... They're a lot easier to kill when they don't fight back. Alright, so once one is dead, this whole thing stops. So let's see if I can actually do anything now. Also, I can just kill everything instead and be doing a whole lot better. That works best of all. Ah, thought that was a cow. Yeah, you are the only one here, sir. Oh, never mind. There's two other guys. Alright, let's see. Can I loot it? I can. Cool. So we'll leave the last giant alive, because we don't have a need to actually fight him. Are we friends now? Oh, no. I guess not. I wanted to see if I could ride him. Not like there would be a reason to, but it would be pretty funny if I could. That was rude. Ah, nice. I had a feeling I was going to get a cerulean flask charge back for doing that. Ah! I don't even remember what we're going to. Oh, that's right. Up on the top of the hill there is a jail. I was going to say, I think at this point we're just running for the sake of running. Oh, these are very worth going to. Any areas with lots of coffins, because there's a ton of just runes just hanging out. I mean, you know, one might say I am, like, robbing graves, but, you know, I mean, runes are runes. Champion the runes. Ow. I don't remember what's down here. I think this is just the forest, which we've already done a little bit of, but once I'm out of combat, there we go. Yeah, so we don't actually really want to be down here. There's more that we can do in that forest, by the way. We're obviously not done. Pretty much like every area that we go to, we're like almost never done. We're just getting to the point where we don't need to really do much there until later when we're a bit stronger. I don't remember if there was anything worthwhile here, but I may as well find out, I suppose. Oh, this is a kind of useful thing. This gives us mana regen. Oops. Missing the item gives us mana regen. No, the Starlight Shards, they do like mana regen for a short time, and it's a pretty significant amount of mana regen. Or I think it's a pretty significant amount. I actually am not quite sure, because I've never had more than just the default base amount of mana. Oh, what? Royal House Scroll, that's pretty useful. Because that will allow us to get more sorcerers. Glintblade Phalanx and Carrion Slicer. I think Carrion Slicer is a, like a horizontal sweep magic attack, which would be pretty useful for us. It would allow us to do some melee stuff, because I think those usually do a bit more damage than the regular spells, but maybe not. Our Glintstone Pebbles are doing pretty good damage as is. Rats. There's actually something there. Let's see if I can draw this guy away. Of course, I don't want to get the horseback guy. Oh, that's right. It was just the Great Epee, which is not useful for us because it's a great thrusting sword, and by great I don't mean it's very good. I actually haven't used it. I just mean like it's literally instead of a great sword, it's a great thrusting sword. What in the world is all this area again? Oh, that's where I fought the dragon. Which I suppose we could attempt to do, because we are getting to be strong enough, and the dragon is very good to fight on horseback, which we can do a bit easier being ranged. So we'll see, we might try that. Let's see, what can we make? Alter garments. Yeah, that's not really worth it, but we could remove the hood. Alright, let's get some intelligence. Increase our damage by a little bit. Let's make our way up to the jail and see if we can do this. The statue will let us resurrect very close by if we do die. Forlorn Hound is not too bad. He's also not going to give us anything that we need other than just souls, which is the only reason why we're really fighting him. But he's also he's also kind of a bit difficult. So, oh, and he's jumpy. Apparently, very difficult to hit with magic. So. This might be even more difficult than I thought. But I mean, you can see he's not got a whole lot of health. So we just got to make sure we actually have enough stamina to dodge. Whoa. Wow. He's a squirmy worm here. Not fair. Wow. I don't quite know what my goal was by just trying to attack while he was like, I literally saw him start his attack animation. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to try my attack. What's the worst that could happen? Run! Whoa, a little bit of a lag spike there. So we have one more heal with our flask, but our flask of Wondrous Psychic, but I'm saving that, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't use it right now anyways, but... Alright, we shouldn't need any more mana for the rest of this fight. Limbo champion there. Alright, we just gotta hit him one more time. Nice. Alright. That wasn't too bad. You basically just have to kind of wait for him to actually just, you know, not be doing anything. So that Bloodhound Fang is really, really strong. For a dexterity build, it's like one of the best weapons you can get early game. The only difficult part about it is just that it's a special weapon, so you can't change the distribution of stats on it. But even despite that, it is just fantastic, and the big attack that it does, or its special attack, is like so unbelievably powerful. So definitely a good choice if you're looking for a good weapon early game, as long as you can actually fight that boss. He's a bit more difficult if you're melee, for obvious reasons, but quite a cool one. Reminds me a lot of the those stupid Boreal Outrider Knights in Dark Souls 3. I think most of his attacks are pretty similar to that, but it's basically a mix between the Boreal Outrider Knights and the Dancer. So there's a cave over here somewhere along this cliffside, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Obviously not, because I've run out of cliffside. Oh, hang on a second. Is this... This actually might be that area that I had seen in the pictures. Seaside Ruins. Because that's a tree. Huh. Maybe now that tree's appearing, the quantum tree. Yeah, I'd like to get over there because love to go to another one of them there churches, get myself some more flask upgrades. Yeah, so it's a full arch. What about up here? Bree. Instead of... Ah, I found it. Oh. Excuse you, sir. Yeah, I just realized this is the grave site that he was looking at. Ooh, a scarab. Slightly reduces FP cost of incantations, but increases damage taken by a pretty significant amount. But, oh, that's only incantations, so never mind. There is actually a version of that for sorceries that I've found, but, you know, not exactly all about that taking increased damage for 0 reason life. I'm gonna guess there's nothing down there. I think I'd rather just not die to test it. Whoa. Oh. I don't think I've seen that before. Let's find out what it is. And then I think I might go into the swamp here and try the dragon. Because why not? Yeah, dude, wolf. Wolf. Hey, Torgok, how's it going? Happy to see you here. How has life been? Some intelligence. Gets murder. Life goes on. That it does. Life tends to do that. Tends to go on. Whoa. And the world is down here. Basketball season is winding down. Ah, nice. Oh, well. Glad we got the wind. Yeah, that's pretty good that basketball season is winding down. I know it ends up getting pretty crazy busy for you when it is in the middle of things. So you can finally have some calm.
skull.
The once again, the frame ratiness, all the like little lag spikes, not on my end. That's this game when I'm streaming has a little bit of trouble. Need a new game to play, and I heard about this Elden Ring thing. It is pretty fantastic. I very much would recommend it. So, I mean, if you're not into a Souls-like at all, then probably not, because I mean, it's a Souls-like. It's a Souls-like mixed with like Breath of the Wild, basically. Is kind of how I would describe it. Like Breath of the very, very big open world, lots of stuff to do. Like every inch of the world just has something going on. It's very, very fun to just explore around and do stuff. I love the movement of the game. It's very, very satisfying. So, I have enjoyed it quite a bit since I started playing. So I played for the first time on stream last Thursday when it first came out, and then I have been playing it every day since then. So, for quite a bit of time each day, whenever I actually have time. That's one of the problems. One of the only problems about this game is that it is very, very long, and so it's going to consume a lot of your life. But I have been quite satisfied, so I think they did a great job. Actually, about to fight a dragon here. Let's go ahead and summon him. Oh, Mr. Dragon. Yeah, it's... oh my goodness, I didn't realize he would kill me too. You monster! Yeah, it's a very, very good looking game. Oh nice, there's a Statue of America right here. It's funny, I summoned him the same way my first time through, and I apparently somehow didn't get flattened. This time I did. Alright, there he is. So his head will take the most damage, so definitely worth attacking. But luckily we can do all this on horseback, which is going to help us a lot. Especially when he does this, which is very Midir-like. Anyone that's played Dark Souls 3. Alright, we're going to use like every single one of our flasks here. Whoa, oh my goodness, he one-shots us. Okay, so we gotta be really careful. I mean, I guess I should expect that considering our lower health. But yeah, he is gonna be a bit painful, so. Let's see, what would be a faster way back? I guess maybe just the church. I'm actually, because he can just one-shot us, I'm actually going to get more flasks to make sure that we actually have some opportunity to miss a few shots. Horsey, horsey, horsey. Barram, barram, barram. All right, there he is again. It is funny because I mean we're wearing we're wearing quite strong armor. I think we just literally do not have enough health to be able to survive a whole lot of his attacks. And unfortunately, not enough intelligence to get the strongest attacks or just be dealing a whole lot of damage. So he's definitely going to be a tougher one. Yeah, the difficulty curve has been pretty significant. So the game actually starts off feeling kind of not too difficult. Whoa. Crap, I did not want to use that. It starts off really not feeling too difficult. This is probably like the hardest thing early on. Oh, he's gonna come charging back down. Nice. But it's the area that I'm at on my main file is like really quite difficult. Like there's actually a lot of like really difficult enemies, pretty heavy stacked enemies, like really lots of damage that they're dealing and everything. So I've been impressed with the difficulty of the game so far. I think it definitely holds up to the Souls standards, but it does a good job of also kind of easing you into it instead of it just being like suddenly now you're fighting, you know, the hardest enemies in the game. Oh my goodness. All right, we're good. So, and like this horseback riding that I'm doing, you can only use your horse in certain areas of the game. So there's no worry about like always being able to just kind of outrun everything on your horse. But like against any of the dragons you can, and a lot of times it helps, even if you're not a magic user, because they take extra damage if you're hitting their head. So sometimes it helps to have that ability to be closer to their head. The dragon music reminds me very much of Dark Souls 2 though, or Dark Souls 3 though, which is awesome because I loved music from Dark Souls 3. No. All right. Bad time to get stuck on a tree. I guess really any time is, while you're playing Dark Souls, any time is a bad time to get stuck on a tree. Oh my goodness. Stuck on a rock this time. I love being able to fight dragons on horseback though. It's a really cool thing. Like, I've always kind of wanted to be able to do something like that in a Souls game. Run away. Nice. All right, that went pretty well. All it took was just us not taking any damage, but so 5,000 souls and a dragon heart, which we can use at that dragon statue that we found on the island. That'll just let us buy some like flame breath attacks or whatever. But they're all incantations, which we do not have the ability to do anything with, unfortunately. So we will be not doing much there. Let's see. There's another place that we can go to that I think should be pretty reasonable difficulty for us. I think really the hardest part about this game is just that you don't get overwhelmed with the amount of souls that you get, you know, like in like Dark Souls 3, for example, pretty quickly you start getting just a crazy high amount of souls. And like I haven't found, I'm sure that it exists, but I haven't found any like covetous silver serpent rings yet, like you can in the other Souls games. So it's been extra difficult because there's not a way I can be like, you know, oh, okay, let's just get some more souls from these guys and then I can just kind of farm. I haven't done any farming really. The closest thing I'll do to farming is just when I'm like trying to test out a weapon, and so I'll fight the same enemy like 20 times, usually not even end up killing it because of because I'm just like, why not? But it's it gets kind of difficult later on because you're like, man, I'm just not really getting a whole lot of souls. So that's where the exploration really becomes a huge thing. And whoops, went too high up. If you're constantly exploring and looking for new places and everything, you can get the amount of souls that you need pretty easily. But there are a lot of places to explore, so it's been really quite something special though. I don't remember. I don't think I've been in here yet. Get this and run. Ow. 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 Please, sirs. Oh, that's right. I didn't get my my health pots back. Okay. That was a little scary. I think, yeah, I was already up here earlier. yeah. It's... Oh, I don't know if I've actually... I think I may have been in this Catacombs. I don't actually remember for sure. Death-touched Catacombs. So if there are skeleton enemies in here, there's actually a pretty cool thing about the skeletons that I hadn't learned. I hadn't realized until I kind of accidentally found it, and then I was like, oh, this is like... I wish I had realized this a long time ago. So the skeleton enemies, when they take enough damage to die, they don't actually die. They just kind of lay down for a little bit, and there's like a little blue glow around them. And you can kill them if you then attack their corpses after they start glowing. And if you don't kill them within like 5 seconds, then they come back to life. So like you can see here, I'll take his health down. And then he's gonna just sit here, so you have to attack him one more time, and then that actually kills him. So there are also some skeletons that they're summoned by like a wizard. So you have to actually kill the wizard in order to kill the skeletons. Also, one cool thing about this game, its hitboxes are just beautiful. Like, it's crazy how accurate everything is. I didn't think this through very much. Whew. All right, nice. Should probably use a mana pot so that I can get them recharging. Nice. Human bone shard. So, I don't know exactly how best to look for it, but there are, in fact, invisible walls in this game. It was a very sad thing for me to find out. You can discover them by jumping into the walls as well as the standard roll or attack. But it's still kind of sad because I was really hoping that there wouldn't be invisible walls in this game, and unfortunately there are. Because I'm just not a big fan of invisible walls. It's basically just, are you the developer? And you know where everything is hidden. If no, then you're out of luck. Stab. Uchigatana. Oh, that's what the Uchigatana is. Interesting. Just kind of wondering about that. Like, I have the Uchigatana in my stream, my first stream playthrough, but I haven't gotten it in the other one. Although I don't think it really matters as much for me to get in my other playthrough because I'm already so much past that point in the game where the Uchigatana would be very useful. So, I'm not sure. It is also one of my absolute favorite weapons in the game, so I should see if there are just other katanas in general. Maybe I can just use one of those. Doink, doink. Ow. Oh, I'm out of mana. Oh boy. Excuse me, sirs. Chasing me quite a bit. Nice. Good old skeletons. Luckily, like, a lot of the enemies in this game are very much just the same moveset as their Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 counterparts. So, it's pretty easy to, like skeletons, for example. I'm very used to fighting them from all of the Souls games, so I'm not exactly gonna be struggling as much. They can still be a bit nasty, a bit difficult sometimes, but you know, I'm at least more prepared. The toughest thing is there are like these stone guys that you sometimes find in the catacombs that are they have the exact same moveset as the I can't remember what they're called, but the little guys in Dark Souls 3 that like they wear like the hats and everything. They kind of crawl along the ground. I cannot remember what they're called for some reason, but they're very, very annoying enemies, and for whatever reason, I just have a nightmare of a time trying to fight them. So it's a shame that they're in this game as well. Nice. Whoops. Switch weapons, please. Alright, there we go. For whatever reason, I just absolutely could not switch weapons no matter what I did. It was very odd and quite scary. Alright, let's see what the boss is for this area, because like I said, this is actually one I haven't discovered, so I'm kind of excited. You know, the only difficulty about a magic playthrough, and I found this every time I do a magic playthrough, is just the limited amount of mana. And that ends up making things just so much more difficult, is that it's like, I would love to just keep casting spells, but obviously, I mean, that's the way that they balance it, is because you can be really strong otherwise. You know, you're doing a ton of damage, it's just, there's not really a way that they could get away with. Oh, Black Knife Assassin. Well, look, he's got half health. This room is huge, by the way. He's having a little bit of trouble approaching. He's a little scared. Good boss. I think that was supposed to be a bit more dangerous, but he just did nothing. Sure, that's, at least that would be something happening. Death root. Okay, that's actually pretty useful. I will have to come here on my other playthrough. Let's see, where was the entrance to this? I shall see in a moment. Because there's actually a use for Death Root. You can do stuff with it later in the game. Okay, I'll have to remember this. Actually, this is stupid, but I'm gonna actually take a picture of it. So, one moment. Oops. And of course, you can't see me taking a picture because my face cam is not on today. Haha. Alright, well oh no, there's a bonfire right over here. Or a grace, as they're called in this game. Grace? Oh, hang on, we gotta rescue our friend. I love this guy. He's literally just a talking pot.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander.
This guy's like the new Sigurd, although there might actually be a Sigurd in this game, I'm not sure.
See, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks, 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big, and I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
So he literally just wants you to break him out.
Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Ah. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts.
I'm out now.
Thank you.
That's what
And
counts.
as a token of my appreciation,
Appreciation.
I'd like you to have this.
Wow, flesh.
Once again,
He's like, thank you for saving me. Here's some beef jerky.
warrior jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war.
The ways of war.
Beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds, and upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being
Redmane Castle.
I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
So yeah, this guy wants to go to Caelid, where there's Redmane Castle, where there's a competition thing. So I actually have not gotten there yet. At least I don't think I have. Actually, maybe I have. I'm not sure. There was a gigantic pot that I met. Wasn't able to do anything with because he just, every time I would try to talk to him, he just responded with ... But I did fight a bunch of guys in front of him, and he gave me a thing. That was the guy I was talking about earlier, where I had to fight a bunch of like NPC characters, and then it gave me a thing. It gave me what's it called? The Talisman, which let me. It was basically just like a Havel's ring. So pretty useful. Let's see, 3822 is what we want. We can just get that with one of these. And 2 more intelligence, and then we can have a new spell. Pardon me, sir. I would really like a new casting staff before I actually start upgrading.
Oh, gee. Am I terribly sorry.
Terribly sorry. Bandit mask. Flame chariots. Huh. I have no idea what that is. Let me actually get one of those. Oh, thought he was about to start playing the Maiden Voyage from Sea of Thieves. Do 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 do. All right, what's he got? Beware the fire monks' chariots bearing the faces of giants. Well, that's not. A well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove effective, but opportunities for a plunging attack will be rare indeed. Interesting. I actually have found those. What it's talking about in my other playthrough. I had no idea you could do any sort of like plunging attack on them. That's interesting. Hello, good sir. There's no mistake, is there?
I'm known as D. I heed my
He's D. So this guy is like, hey, don't go into the village, otherwise you'll die. And then you just go in anyways. And he's like, okay, I don't know what to do now. But there is a boss in here, and it's a very cool boss. One of the most unique bosses I've seen in this game. Not particularly difficult, but very, very cool nonetheless. And, you know, I think pretty often a boss being really cool outweighs, like, well, I should say pretty much always that outweighs it needing to be too difficult. But of course, you don't want it to be super easy. You want it to actually have some level of difficulty. So he's got a lot of health, so we may not be able to defeat him super easily with just magic, but we'll see. Luckily, though, we've got range, which will help us quite a bit, because this fight is, even on melee, it's not that difficult. The hardest part is just all of these other summon guys. Oh, but apparently he actually throws stuff at you. I did not know that, because I've only ever been in melee. Alright, actually, we should be able to kill him with magic just fine. He's doing an AoE. But that also buffs all the guys near him, I think. Or maybe it just buffs him, I'm not sure. Alright, he's moving, which is good, because this area is not as easy to fight. This area is wide open space. So I should probably go into melee so you can see kind of what the cool part about it is, because he actually he leans his rowboat up to attack you. But basically, his mechanics are just, sometimes he does this AoE, sometimes he will shoot stuff at you if you're far away. If you're in melee range, he will try and, sometimes he'll get his ship up and slam it down on you. Looks like, oh, right there, he was, I think, buffing his friends, and then he teleports around, and he summons a bunch of skeletons, so once you defeat him, all the skeletons die. Again, not particularly difficult, but a very neat fight nonetheless. So anyway, so this guy gives you he lets you go through a hidden gateway that will take you to a special guy where we can turn in that death root. That first death root we had gotten, we can actually turn in both the one that we just got now and the first one we got. I don't remember if there's anything else in this village, so let's just see, I suppose. I don't think there is. Oh, there is something. But it's blocked off by one of these. Luckily, we have a stone sword key. Only one. But we can buy more. I think we can buy 3 more back in town if we need. Bunch of tortoises. It's the turtle boss. No, there is actually a kind of a turtle boss later, but he's not actually a boss. He's a friend. Oh, raises stamina. Oh, interesting. I also did not discover this, but that's Chloranthy ring. It's actually really, really useful. I should make sure I get that. What was this again? This is summon water. All right, was there anything in this church? Alright, no, this was the church I had gone to. I wanted to look at the other one. I saw some bros hanging out at the edge here. Ah, nothing. Alright. And that's either a church or that's a ruins, I'm not sure, so we'll check that out anyways. Almost, so I found, I think, 1 ruins that did not have an entrance, and it's possible it actually did, and I just am, you know, bad at this game. But I didn't, I searched really, really hard to try and find one, and I didn't find one. Oh, is that just, hang on. Oh, that's just the one that we've already been to. So I'll just warp down to it then. But I pretty much every ruins is going to end up having an entrance, I would say. So usually if you find a ruins, it's worth trying to find the entrance. So here's hidden shrine, hidden teleporter. And this will take us to a place that we absolutely cannot do anything else in other than get the grace. Because that guy will murder us, and we are all the way in Caelid. Caelid is a really, really large area, and this part of Caelid especially, I am not even adequately prepared to do on my 20-hour playthrough. So I would say it's pretty not smart to try and do this at this point. But even still, I want to just try and fight that guy outside, see if I can do it, just because I think that would be kind of funny. Because I'm right next to a bonfire anyways, and so if I die, who cares? I wanna talk to him first. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Smell it. So he gives you the claw mark seal, which is for incantations, I believe. Yeah, it's for like holy spells. But it also enhances the incantations you'll learn from this guy. There are a lot of incantations in this game. So you can give him that and he'll give you a new... Every time you give him a death root, he'll give you a new bestial ability. So, I have not used any of those because I have not done an incantations playthrough, but I imagine they're pretty cool. Alright, so again, just for fun, I'm going to try and fight this guy, see what happens. But I also want to just kind of explore around here and see what all there is. Because I've never actually explored out here. I've, like, discovered this area, but I've never done anything with it, so... Yeah. Yeah, there's a big dragon. Oh, don't want to be over here. There's a big dragon on that bridge there, which I have not fought yet, but I think I probably could. But dragons are really, really tough in this game because they do like a lot of their fire breath or whatever sort of breath they do, and a lot of times that breath is the thing that will just absolutely destroy you. Most of the time, the rest of their attacks, like their sweeping attacks and stomping attacks, don't really do that much, but they do enough that you don't want to take too many of them. But the breath attacks are just literally, if you get hit by them, you are just dead. All right, let's see what we can do against this guy. Oh my goodness, it's a boss. Can he get in here? He's trying. Interesting. I'm surprised you can actually just kind of do this. We absolutely do not have enough. Even if we did all of our flasks as the cerulean ones, we don't have enough damage to do that. But if we had like 50% more damage, which I mean that is a lot, but still, if we had like 50% more damage, we absolutely could. And we could just chill in here and cheese the whole thing. There's a boss over here we cannot fight right now, but I am going to mark it just so that I remember. This is a cave. Oops. Let's go and do that. Let's see, what else would there be? We could go down to the well at this point. I think we might be a bit more prepared now. Let's go back to the church and head south a bit and go to that tower. There's that tower has a warp thing that will take you to the scary cave, which we are also not really able to do just yet. But oops, this is a lot more runes than I needed. We can't really do that cave much yet, but there are like a few things we can collect. Oh, maybe I shouldn't even really bother because it's not really worth it. I don't know. It's not worth it to go to at this point because it's too dangerous for us to actually try and collect anything. But it's kind of worth it just to have that location and pick up whatever else that we can, because there are like a few things that we can pick up there. So we'll head there and see what we can grab. And then that'll probably end up being the last thing we do on stream for the day. Let's see. Yeah, I think this thing just takes you to the well, if I remember correctly, but it might take you to a cave, I'm not sure. So probably what will end up happening is next time on stream we might end up doing we might end up doing the well and then trying to do Stormvale Castle, which is it's a legacy dungeon is what they call it, because they were like legacy rulers or whatever. So it's pretty difficult. They're not very easy things to do, but you know, we'll do what we can. I mean, obviously we'll be able to complete it, but anything exalted flesh and beast lure pot, I mean, those would be kind of nice, but that's really expensive. But you know, the only concern I'll have is just how strong we'll actually be by this point. I don't remember what this was. Oh, open for business. That's right. That was it, saying that there's a store nearby. What was this guy wanting? Where are you, Lord Kenneth? All right, here's a grace to hang out at. Then we can clear out the tower, and then I think we can... So I might actually try and go back to that one guy that we had talked to. That was like on the overhang, and he was like, hey, clear out my castle and I'll reward you. We're probably going to go there and he's going to be like, here's 5 runes. Don't spend it all in one place. There's literally not a single thing in this game that you can buy with just 5 runes. Oh, nice. This is another seed. We need 2 of them, I believe, at this point in order to actually upgrade our flasks. But, I mean, obviously, there's no reason to not get one. So, we will happily take that. We also got to be on the lookout for any large, very tall towers, because there are some towers that have, like, memory stones, I think they're called, which will let you get more attunement slots, basically, as it is in other Dark Souls games. So I would love to be able to find 1 or 2 of those, because I found a lot of them in my main playthrough. Or height. Oh. Strong rats. Ow, ow. It hurts. Hey. Rude. Alright, I think there's something in here. It looks like some friends in here, that's what. Should probably heal. I came way too close to dying for comfort, because I was just like, nah, I don't need to heal. So these things mean that you can summon, you can do your summons, so those are good things to keep an eye out for. But also the little tombstone in our the left side of the screen, that also indicates that you can summon. So let's see, is this the guy? There's a guy somewhere that gives you just a really, really good. Oh, it is this guy. So this guy gives you a an Ash of War, which is the best Ash of War in the game that I've found so far. It is so good. Ow. Nice. Bloody Slash. It does a ridiculous amount of damage. It is so good. So, it's cool too, because it actually does damage to you. So, like, you use it and you take a little bit of damage, but you deal, like, a crazy high amount of damage. And it looks like a Sekiro move. And then it just does so much. And it also applies a little bit of bleed. So if you use it enough. I think this is the one that warps you, and I don't want to do that just yet. So let's explore the rest of this castle first. See, okay, it looks like we cannot get up top here. Oh, okay, this is literally just the only other thing left to explore. It's just fighting and killing this guy. Oops, it looks like there's nothing else. Let's see, did I come up this side? No, I don't think I did, but may as well check what's over here. Alright. Now we can go take the warp tower. I think killing that guy with the bloody slash is what counts as quote-unquote clearing this place. But then we can do this. This will warp us to the cave where we can hopefully escape with our lives. And then we can warp back to our friend on the overhang there. And oh, this isn't the warp. Oh my goodness, this is the medallion. What? Wow. I mean, I've already done this on my main playthrough, but I did not remember this was the medallion. That's like, that's a required item. I believe required. So that's kind of surprising that that they would put that here. I thought that was the warp chest, because there is a chest that like hits you with gas and then you teleport somewhere. So that's what I thought that was, but apparently not. Not sure actually where the warp chest is. It's gonna catch me off guard one of these days. Alright. We've freed your fort, friend.
I did you manage? Oh, excellent news. Well done, my friend. Well, I knew it now. Go ahead.
Oh, a dagger.
Right then, I've much to do. What's that look? Well, under the earth tree, even the vulgar shall.
Even the vulgar.
Which is why I can it just you.
Just you. What's this dagger do? Oh, it does a little bit of faith scaling. Interesting. That's interesting. It has some faith scaling, but it doesn't actually deal holy or lightning damage. Odd. But attack power also scales with faith. I want to see what it. All right, so it's just got pretty standard move set, and it has quick steps. So nothing too special, but that's pretty neat. Look at all these weapons that we can't use. So. I think probably gonna call it there. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to do. Like on this stream. I think that's basically everything I wanted to do on the stream. Actually, did I? Hang on, let me go here. This will be the last thing. I don't think I actually explored those ruins. And then probably next stream, we'll probably start with Margit, the Fell Omen. And like again, there was like something else that I can't remember what it was, but there was something else I wanted to do. Dragonburnt Ruins. Actually, I kind of have an idea. Oh, maybe this was the thing that warps you. I don't know, but I kind of have an idea of what something that I did want to do. That I might do real quick. Oh, this is the Twin Blade. Nice. You can get the Twin Blade really early. Wow. But yeah, the Twin Blade is my Basically, it's one of my favorite weapons in all of Dark Souls. It was the only like the only like positive thing I remember about Dark Souls 2 is the Twin Blade, and I was so sad that they ended up removing it going into Dark Souls 3. So I was especially happy to find out that they were bringing it back in this game. Is this? Ow. Is this the one that I was just at? No, this is something different. There's multiple entrances in this one. That's crazy. Alright, I might die here. Hey, rude. I just want to see what's in here. Oh, this is a teleport chest. little bonk. Let's see, is this the scary cave, or is this just some other teleporter? We'll see. Very long load. I'm guessing this is taking me across the world. Yep, this is the scary cave. So the reason why this is scary is not because of these drill guys. They're actually fine. There are some caster guys, including the one standing right there, that deal a lot of damage. So if I can kill him, that would be great. But I don't think I really reasonably can. And this place has a horrifically difficult boss. So we're not going to be... I mean, obviously, we're not going to be making our way through here anyways. We are not prepared in the slightest bit. Alright, cool. We made it past. But there are some, like, useful things in here. Whoa. So, I don't know. It might actually be worth just exploring through, maybe even killing a few enemies. Not doing much more than that, because there's, like, you can get a staff here as well as some spells, like some sorceries. So, but I think we'll call it there, and let's go ahead and warp. Oops, let's get out of this cave first, and then let's warp over to the Fell Omen. Oh, actually, we're right next to that town. That's a pretty rough town, and these are the Scarlet Rot ocean, which is really nasty, because if you're not on horseback while you're in there, while you're in the goo, you just constantly get more stacks of Scarlet Rot, and then you'll just at one point you'll get invaded by an NPC, and when you're invaded, you can't be on horseback, so it's pretty nasty.